Sports fans, hope you're having an amazing day so far. I'm sure you've been waiting for this episode of the Golden Score Show. Well, cry no more. Remember, my name is Adelani, and they're here to bring you the very latest in the world of sports. Don't move a muscle. Welcome back to the Golden Score Show right here on Non-Field Flicks. Remember to smash that like button. On today's show, we have Emmanuel Akurada coming through for top analysis on the games that happened in the Champions League last night and much more. Well, let's get into the Golden Score news this evening. Real Madrid outclassed the Reds. Manchester City edged Dortmund. Manchester City post £126 million loss for disrupted 2019-2020 season. Masters 2021, breaking Jack Nicklaus's record will be special, says Lee Westwood. In NBA news, Kyrie Irving scores 40 points as Brooklyn Nets beat New York Knicks. In rugby news, South Africa to gather for first time since World Cup win. Now let's look deeper into those stories. Real Madrid outclassed the Reds. Liverpool will need to produce another huge European display at Anfield if they are to reach the last four of the Champions League after suffering a crushing quarter-final first leg loss to Real Madrid. Much of the damage was done by Vinicius Jr., who scored twice for Zidane's men. Mohamed Salah's strike shortly after the interval gave the Reds hope. Marco Asensio was also on the score sheet. Liverpool now have a mountain to climb as they must overcome a 3-0 deficit. In our next story, Manchester City edged Dortmund. What an exciting game this was. Kevin De Bruyne opened the scoring on 19 minutes. Phil Foden scored a late winner for Manchester City against Borussia Dortmund at the Etihad to hand Pep Guardiola's side the advantage in the Champions League quarter-final tie. Now let's stay with Manchester City because Manchester City have posted a £126 million loss for disrupted 2019-2020 season. Let me tell you more about this story. Premier League leaders Manchester City have reported £126 million for the 2019-2020 season, which was disrupted by the coronavirus pandemic. The club posted an 11% reduction in revenue to £478.4 million, but the figure does not include delayed income from player sales, including proceeds from Leroy Sané's move to Bayern Munich. City expect an immediate return to profit for the current season. Now moving from football to golf news, Masters 2021 breaking Jack Nicklaus's record would be special, says Lee Westwood. England's Lee Westwood says it will be a very special moment to break Jack Nicklaus's record and become the oldest player to win the Masters. Westwood, who turns 48 this month, is looking to win his first major and arrives at Augusta National in form. Nicklaus was 46 years, 2 months and 23 days when he claimed a record 6th green jacket and 18th major in 1986. Now let's turn our attention to the NBA. Kyrie Irving scores 40 points as a Brooklyn Nets beats New York Knicks. Kyrie Irving scored 40 points, including a final minute three-pointer to help the Brooklyn Nets fight back to beat the New York Knicks 114-112. Brooklyn lost key players James Harden after only 4 minutes with a hamstring problem and trailed by 10 points at halftime. However, Irving's late three-pointers secured victory for the Nets. A lot of guys stepped up, especially our bench. They came in and made a difference. Irving was quoted as saying, Now, giving you the latest on rugby in South Africa. In our African news section, South Africa to gather for the first time since that World Cup glory. South Africa are tentatively beginning preparations for July's British and Irish Lions tour, with groups of players to attend alignment camps in April. The Springboks have not played a test or even officially gathered as a squad since becoming world champions in November 2019 because of COVID-19. The first Lions test is on the 24th of July. So that wraps up your Golden Score news this hour. We'll be back with Emmanuel Akurada talking about those exciting games and much more in the world of sports. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Golden Score Show, and yes, we've found him yet again. Emmanuel Akurada, he could run, but he couldn't hide from us right here on the Golden Score Show. Welcome.
Thank you, Adelani, for having me once again.
All right, now, yesterday in football, it was amazing, mouth-watering, exciting. I don't know what other adjectives you could think of to describe yesterday's football action in the Europa Champions League.
Yeah.
European Champions
League. Yeah.
Yes. So tell me, which game stood out for you and why?
The one and only Liverpool, Real Madrid. You know, we
Liverpool,
spoke about
Real Madrid.
Yeah, we spoke
yes.
about the game, about how we spoke about the what's going to happen in the game. You know, who is going to take the day, and Liverpool struggling in the league, and Madrid also not doing too well, and they have injuries here and there with their captain. Sergio Ramos out, and Varane also got tested positive to COVID-19. You know, so a lot of things were just happening. A lot of people were expecting Real Madrid to not to be too strong for Liverpool.
Okay.
You know, but going into that game, it was a game where I saw. I mean, I said it now. It's their birthright, man. Year in, year out. Even if they're now winning it, they go to close to winning it. So
Real Madrid certainly have one foot in the semi-finals.
No, but the game is still, it's not over yet.
So you feel Liverpool can still repeat what they did against Barcelona last season?
Look, in the game of soccer, anything can happen. And then you're playing against these are top teams. Liverpool, the Premier League reigning champions. They won the Champions League in recent years also. So going into this one against a Madrid side that is conceding a lot of goals. So if 3-1, Liverpool can turn that around. If they can score 2 goals at Anfield, they will go through, you know. So the game is still, I mean, the chances are still there for Liverpool to qualify. But now, what we can say is that if Madrid can be able to defend, then, I mean, they will see they'll go through. If they can't, then Liverpool are more than capable of turning that around.
Yes, and the young man shining, Vinicius Junior, from Brazil.
Yeah.
He was enormous yesterday. He scored a double.
It's the right time for you to also step up. You know, with, like I said, with the injuries, and you know, before Real Madrid, a few years back, we had Cristiano Ronaldo. Everyone else was under his shadow. You know, so when he's playing, he wanted to score, he wanted to take the free kicks, he wanted to do everything in the pitch. Penalties, he was taking it. You know, so now he's out. The team is beginning to gel together. They're beginning to play as a team. The responsibility is not resting only on one person's shoulders anymore.
Yes.
It is about team cohesion. It is about team understanding. And for this young kid to come out, he has not been doing very well. And I tell you this, that the media were very, very, very harsh on him, criticizing him for not stepping up his game, not living up to the expectation. But you could see that he was so much, he was zealous to, to win balls, to attack, so, and we see that is a good thing. It will actually go ahead and boost his confidence going forward.
All right, well, Liverpool definitely haven't turned the corner like so many people thought they had after that victory against Arsenal in the English Premier League.
There's something I want you to understand. There's something I want you to understand at the Liverpool team, and I've said this a lot of times, and so many people will say, you are not being fair on Thiago Alcantara. But honestly, as a coach, I won't use him in my team.
Why? Why
He
is
is
that?
not a player that can create chances for you. He's a player who is slowing the game.
Slowing the game
Look
down.
at the Liverpool game. He was playing, and I was watching the game. I was like, does this guy even have any idea that they need to score goals away?
But he was effective against the Arsenal Football
He was
Club.
effective because they were playing against which team? Arsenal. They're playing against Arsenal. No, let's be realistic to ourselves. Arsenal, not that they're not a good side, but they've not been doing very well in recent
Very well
times.
recently, yeah.
You know, so when you
Against stiffer opposition.
You understand what I'm saying? You know, when he played against Chelsea under the new manager, you saw what happened to them. They played against Fulham, a team full of energy and physicality. The physicality of the Premier League played a part in what he could not contribute. So now look at what is happening, what he's playing at Liverpool. He's a quality player, no doubt about that, but he's not a player when you want to win matches or you want to get a result, you will use him. I am highly against the coach using him in cases like this.
Okay, well, Klopp, if you're listening to Emmanuel Akura Ada's advice, please take it, because the second leg, Liverpool have a mountain to climb.
Yeah.
And it will be a miracle for them to get through
I mean,
from this.
anything can still happen. Like I say, anything can happen. 2-0 is not too... The only thing they need to do is...
At least they have an away goal.
Yeah, but coming back, they just have to defend more.
Defend better.
Yeah, defend better than what they did in the first leg. If they can defend better, then I see them getting a good result.
All right, now let's look at tonight's games, because tonight's games are also going to be explosive. Sparks are definitely going to fly when Bayern Munich and PSG face each other. A repeat of last season's final.
Actually, I was tipping one of these two teams to go ahead and win the Champions League. Bayern won it. PSG came close. You know, they played very well, but like I say to you all the time, the experience once again played a part in why they lost the final. But I'm just hoping and praying that they've learned from that mistake, you know, and they're willing to do better this time around by making sure that they take Bayern Munich and go ahead to win the Champions League. It's going to be a tough one.
Yes, Bayern Munich without Lewandowski.
You know, and these guys also have their own injuries also, PSG. But you look at the coaches. Now, what I want to say is that Pochettino took Tottenham to the final of the Champions League and lost against Liverpool.
Yes.
And now he's going to a PSG side that lost the
Bayern
final
Munich
against Bayern. So I see these two experiences coming together if truly he can be able to utilize it. Because the players have been to the final, they understand now what it takes to be in the final, you know, and the pain of losing the final. So now I'm playing against the Bayern Munich side and a team that has spent so much money signing quality players, and they've dominated in the French league for the past few years.
Yes.
So going into this one, I just hope that the coach will be able to use his experience.
I mean,
and experience of players.
PSG was the right fit for Pochettino. I really feel so.
Well, I feel so also because he did very well at Tottenham with little budget that was given to him to sign players. You know, he did discover a lot of players also. We had the likes of Dele Alli who were doing very well. Unfortunately, he is not in the book of in the good book of Jose Mourinho. He's out. Then the likes of Eriksen, you know, those guys, they played very well at Tottenham. Then going to PSG that are spending a lot of money and they've been dominating. I would not be surprised if he's going to do well there.
Okay, now let's look at Emmanuel Akura Ada's team, Chelsea. They're in action against Porto. Emmanuel Akura Ada, there's some players that are coming back that are important for the Chelsea side.
Yeah.
Kante is fit.
Pulisic
is back. Abraham and Olivier Giroud will travel as the Blues look to bounce back from this weekend's, last weekend's defeat. Now, do you see them doing it against Porto?
Every player is very important to the team. That's why they have 23-man squad. It's very important. Pulisic, obviously, he's a quality player, very skillful player. And we can all say that. And what he did at Dortmund, coming to Chelsea, we have not seen him hit that same level where he was there, why Chelsea signed him. But I see him getting there with time. And Giroud coming back, the experience is there. Loads of experience. World Cup winner, Europa winner, FA Cup winner. So you look at that experience and coming in where the young players are playing, where Timo Werner is not, the confidence is low right now. So when you have people like that coming back, you can't help but feel it's going to be a boost to the entire team, and the guys are going to do very well. But then they're playing against also a well-organized Porto side.
Porto side.
A side that is very, very, very... If you look at what they did to Juve, in as much as a lot of us were tipping Juve to win the Champions League or go further because of the person that they have in Cristiano Ronaldo, but the way Porto played, and they have a captain who is with a load of experience. That is Pepe. Pepe. I'm sure you remember him. The guy that was almost killed Messi.
Who could forget him? He's more of a wrestler than a footballer, if you ask me.
You understand? So now they have a very organized team, and that is one thing that I always clamor for. That in a team, the most important thing is not just about the quality. It's about how together the team is and how they understand each other. They might not have names that we know or the media is talking about every day, but trust me, if the structure and the understanding is there, they can beat any team. So this is going to be a difficult game. If Chelsea can be able to pull through this one, then I see them going further in the Champions League.
Well, it remains to be seen what will happen in the UEFA Champions League tonight, but just be rest assured that right here on the Golden Score Show, you can trust us to analyze the games well, and you can also trust us to bring you the very latest behind the scenes. Now, from the fields of football to the basketball courts we go. And Kyrie Irving scored 40 points for the Brooklyn Nets yesterday to win the game for his team. Emmanuel Kurada, do you have more of the NBA wrap for us?
The Nets are top of the Eastern Conference, Adelani, with 35 wins and 16 defeats. That's why the Dallas Maverick extended their winning streak to 5 matches with 111 to 103 victory over the Utah Jazz. Then Devin Booker scored a game-high 36 points to help the Phoenix Suns beat the Houston Rockets. With 133 to 130. While the Toronto Raptors claimed a 103 to 101 win over the Washington Wizards. So these are the games that took place and some of the actions.
Emmanuel Kurada, thank you so much for that NBA wrap.
Thank you.
And we can't wait to see what's going to happen in the UEFA Champions League and also in the NBA. But we'll be bringing you so much more right here on the Golden Score Show. You just have to watch again on Friday. From me, Adelani, it's a goodbye. Take care.